frantically seeking exits that reality denies them, and their voices will fracture under the immense pressure. The mighty will be humbled, the self-assured stripped of their certainties. Their leaders will stutter orders that fall flat. Their followers will hesitate and turn to shadows. And as they crumble, they will confront the harsh revelation that their downfall was of their own making. They mistook my silence for frailty. Absurd. Silence is where power sharpens itself, a blade honed to a lethal edge. My silence has become a scythe that cleaves the very air they draw. The day I return, they will not merely break. They will be reduced to fragments, irretrievable and discarded to the mercy of oblivion. I will make their collapse legendary, a cautionary tale whispered in darkened corners for generations. For when strength forged in the fires of defeat resurfaces, it does not return as it once was. It returns doubled, remade into an unstoppable force. Mark this. They charted their own demise the day they underestimated the force of darkness. Now, they will bear witness as I reclaim what is mine, as I strip them of their illusions and grind their pretensions to dust. They will watch as I rend the world they built from their grasp, their symbols of power crumbling like sandcastles against an unforgiving tide. And when the final chapter is written, they will know not just who I am, but what I embody.
Please take this short break from your video to support our channel by getting yourself merch. Enjoy the rest of the video.
The darkness that ascends to devour the feeble light in which they once placed their hope. Let them bide their time, clinging to hollow assurances and fragile promises. Let them indulge in the illusion of safety for just a breath longer. Let them revel in moments where they think they have gained an upper hand, for each will be a prelude to devastation. And when the day arrives and I return, they will shatter, and the resonance of their collapse will herald my triumph. Their whispers, their doubts, their fears, all of it will coalesce into a chorus of despair, one that I will conduct to its crescendo. The air will be saturated with the bitter tang of their defeat. And in that symphony, they will come to know a truth they dared not accept. That in the end, darkness is not just the absence of light. It is the force that reclaims all. Let them speak of resilience. Let them cling to the myth that courage alone will shield them from the storm. What they fail to see is that courage in the face of an unrelenting abyss is as fragile as paper before a blaze. They believe their past victories, their moments of defiance, will serve as armor. But even the strongest memories, the sturdiest pillars of their resolve, will tremble when confronted with a force that has grown sharper, colder, more unyielding in the silence of its exile. I have seen what happens to those who underestimate darkness, who think they understand its depths, but have only skimmed the surface. Their arrogance blinds them to the truth that shadows are not conquered by willpower alone. It is not the light that extinguishes darkness, but the darkness that envelops, consumes, and reclaims every flicker of light that dares stand against it. They will learn this truth in ways that words cannot teach. In the split second between defiance and despair, when they realize that resistance is futile, their captains, their so-called champions, will be the first to break. They will stand at the forefront, faces twisted with conviction, their voices raised in shouts that were once commands. But as the tide shifts, as the unrelenting march of my return erodes their confidence, those shouts will turn to silence, eyes wide and hollow. They will understand then that they led their followers not into battle, but into the maw of an unstoppable force. When the chaos sweeps through their ranks, it won't be just their bodies that fall. It will be their beliefs, their aspirations, everything they thought would carry them to victory. The lies they told themselves will unravel, each thread snapped by the cold precision of my advance. They will witness, helpless, as hope becomes a ghost haunting only their memories, unattainable and mocking. And as I stand amidst their ruin, surrounded by the echo of their collapse, I will not offer them the solace of explanation. No speeches of triumph, no monologues detailing their errors, only silence. The final, chilling reminder that not every battle ends with words. The weight of their defeat will speak louder than I ever could. It will be a silence that tells them all they need to know. That this was never just a return, but an inevitable retribution. A reckoning written long before they ever sought to defy me. Let them hold on to their precious dawns for now. Let them wake with the illusion of safety, savoring moments where their fears seem distant and the horizon seems kind. But as time bends towards the moment when I rise, let them remember that dusk comes swiftly, and with it, the long, unending night, where their illusions are shattered, and only truth remains. That truth is me, unyielding, stand sovereign over the broken shards of their defiance. And when the silence wraps around them, stifling even the cries of those too stubborn to surrender, it will become clear that there is no salvation, no savior left to rally behind. The warrior of darkness stands not as a mere adversary, but as the final arbiter, the culmination of every mistake they ever made, every weakness they dared ignore. The battlefield, once a cacophony of commands, metal clashing, and last breaths drawn in defiance, fall into an unnatural stillness